I'm having a baguette under the Eiffel Tower. Is this real life? It was for about a week while I was on an LGBTQ riverboat cruise in France. And I'm going to show you what it was like in this video. Guess where we are right now? In my shower! I'm on board for my OUTbound cruise. Want to see my room? Well, I'll show you a lot more than just that. But OUTbound is the company that takes over the entire ship. And in this case, it was a beautiful one. The room felt spacious. Every room had a view of the Seine River, which is what we were going up and down during our time in France. Now, something that makes this company different from other gay cruises that you might have heard about or even experienced yourself is that OUTbound isn't as focused on hot bodies and hooking up as some of the others are. So whereas some other gay cruises are sort of like being on a nightclub or a sauna on the water, this for OUTbound is an alternative to that, where it's more focused on friendships and experiencing the country that you're on the boat in and just having a more intimate experience that isn't focused on intimacy necessarily, but like smaller numbers of people getting to know each other and shared experiences. So for socializing, there was a lounge area that was always open on board that you could go to grab a drink, grab a snack. All the food and drinks were included, as were the excursions, which I'll get to in a minute. And of course, the meals, which were in the dining room area. And every time I tried to sit with someone new, everybody was really friendly and the food was really good. Sometimes I wonder how they can make food really good in sort of mass quantities because you're all on this boat together eating at the same time. But a riverboat cruise is smaller than a big cruise. Like this one had under 100 passengers, so that probably helps. It definitely helps with getting to know everybody on board at least.
Just when I thought true love at last, you went and passed some nasty gas.
That's Paige Turner from New York City hosting Drag Bingo. Since OUTbound charters the entire ship, they also get to customize the entertainment for us. So we also had a French singer accompanied by an accordion singing French songs. We had Paige come back and do a totally retro, awesome 80s performance. We had the diva come back to sing some English pop songs that we could also sing along to, just not nearly as well as her. Tonight is the first party theme night and it's Gay Paris, so gay. Gay Paris! There was always a different reason to dress up, including this party where you could do gay-related and or Paris-related. There was a pink party, because it's not just on Wednesdays that we wear pink. There was wigs and wine, so you wore a wig, or you drank some wine, or you did both. Any excuse will do. There was an 80s night after Paige's show so that we could dance to 80s tunes. And there was a neon night. Dressing up for any of these, even attending any of them, was totally optional because, like I mentioned, OUTbound really wasn't focused so much on the partying as on the experiences. Bonjour! It's our first full day in Paris. Mary almost fell over, which would made for a great video, but fortunately she's still upright. And today we have a tour of Paris, like kind of just going around the downtown area because all the excursions on an OUTbound cruise are included. That's my bestie Mary who came along with me on this trip. But yes, I love that the excursions and tours were included, so everybody on the boat could do them, and we could do them all together. And our first one was in Paris in the morning going on a bus tour, and then we had free time in the afternoon, which I used to go check out the gayborhood. Today with the OUTbound cruise, we are in Giverny, I think that's how you say it, at this hidden gem of a spot that absolutely nobody knows about, called Monet's Garden. If you look really carefully, you can see it through the people. That is part of Claude Monet's gardens, which are the famous gardens of the famous Impressionist painter. We got to check out all the garden area, including his house, and the very beautiful water garden area, which was very popular for a lot of people to check out, because it's beautiful. Bonjour, aujourd'hui je suis dans cette petite ville, c'est très magnifique. The next day was the town of Honfleur, which was so quaint and picturesque. I kind of felt like Belle from Beauty and the Beast as I gallivanted among the beautiful architecture. And then after that was a pretty sombering visit to Normandy beaches, which is of course where D-Day happened. So we learned more about that area and that time, and also had a visit to the American cemetery where there are over 9,300 graves. The day after that was the Jumièges Abbey, which was originally built in the 11th century, so some pretty ancient architecture to check out. And then it was the town of Rouen, where they have the tallest cathedral in all of France. And you can also take a walk down one of the oldest pedestrian streets in France, where they have this incredible 14th century astronomical clock. And finally, we had to check out Versailles to see the famous gardens and home of French kings and queens like Louis XIV and Marie Antoinette.
After the French Revolution, in 1793, the Louvre was transformed into a museum, and the collections were enriched considerably in the 19th century.
And on our last night since we were back in Paris, they turned the sun deck of our boat into a viewing area for a guided nighttime city tour on the water. Such a magical way to end our trip, where I made great friends, I had yummy food, I had amazing experiences, and I got to see the Eiffel Tower being lit up at night. Beyond that, make sure you check out my Instagram because I shared some photos and reels from the trip on there. I also shared stories in real time on there, so make sure you're following me there if you're not already. And subscribe here if you're new because I'll have another video from my trips very soon. Bye!